Hello everyone, this is Dr.Afshan Hashmi live from Barnes and Noble, and here I have come to do some research for books and also what I'm going to write my third book, getting some ideas here. And so I thought I will take you along with me, and I'm doing research here. And as you know, I am best-selling author of two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And when this book came, it is a business book written in a very conversational manner. And when this book came, there was a lot of research going on Hindi buzzword Jugaad. So I have conceptualized Jugaad as thinking outside the box. And if you take the strategies in this book, your business will be very successful. And this was hot number one new release book on Amazon as well as Amazon bestseller. The second one is a mystery book, and it is called The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. And when this book came, there was no trace of coronavirus, but in this book, a virus spreads and ruins the human population, and it is a murder mystery geared towards science fiction. And so, please go and buy these two books and give me an honest review, because making these kind of videos requires lot of energy and time and money. And if you give me sponsorship for my K4HD and Talk4TV as well as W4WN radio and K4HD radio and Talk4TV, I will be highly obliged, and you can contact me at Afshan at Dr.AfshanHashmi.com. So today, friends, I'm doing some research and I got this book, and it is books of movies, the essential 1000 films to see. So I'm looking like I might give a review of this book, and so let me show you little bit insight from the book. The New York Times Book of Movies: The Essential 1000 Films to See. From Annie Hall to Zodiac and everything in between, celebrate the magic of movies with this collection of the 1000 most important, popular, and influential films of nearly a century of cinema. So, this is a very, very interesting book, and I will give a review of this book hopefully soon. And the pictures are great here. See, this is cool. So I just wanted to give you a peek inside this book. Then the second book, which I really like, Agatha Christie, The Killings at Kingfisher Hill, Agatha Christie. So this is the book, and it says Hercule Poirot is traveling by luxury passenger coach from London to the exclusive Kingfisher Hill estate. Richard Davenport has summoned the renowned detective to prove that his fiancée Helen is innocent of the murder of his brother. So, and it says, yet again, the diminuting man with the little grey cell delivers the goods. Wall Street Journal. And Agatha Christie is such a famous author, and I really like her murder mysteries. So now the third book is I'm going to review this book. I have decided I'll take your questions now. What I saw at the Trump White House is Stephanie Grisham, and I have already this book on my Kindle. And so let me see what she says. Stephanie Grisham rose from being a junior press wrangler on the Trump campaign in 2016 to assuming top positions in the administration as White House press secretary and communications director, while at the same time acting as First Lady Melania Trump's communication director and eventually chief of staff. Few members of the Trump inner circle served longer or were as close to the first family as Stephanie Grisham, and a few have her unique insight into the turbulent 4 years of the administration, especially the personalities behind the headlines. So, this is the back of the book, and these are some. pictures here, and I don't know what happened between Stephanie Grisham and President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, that she has written such nasty things about them. And I have my views on it, and I'm going to disclose that when I do the review on my W4WN radio or Talk4 TV or on K4HD TV. I haven't decided. Then this, then there is this book of Red Fire with Catherine Whitney, To Rescue the Republic. Ulysses S. Grant, The Fragile Union and the Crisis of 1876. So this book I saw on Fox News, and it is in lot of news, and I really like Red Bear. But I don't read like historic books, but I will see like what kind of book it is and whether it is the genre which I review or not. And it says introduction. The engineer adjusted the lights in my home studio as I got ready to go live. So this is little bit from the introduction. Our trip was a perfect ovation. Grant wrote to Julia. So this is, and it says, To Rescue the Republic is narrative history at its absolute finest. Brett Blair brilliantly recounts the heroic life of Ulysses S. Grant. So I don't know whether I'll review this because this is a historic book and I don't know very much about Ulysses S. Grant, but I will see what I will do. Now, this is one of my favorite books, and I already have it on my Kindle, and I'm going to review this Uncontrolled Spread, Why COVID 19 Crushed Us, and How We Can Defeat the Next Pandemic. Scott Gottlieb, MD, former FDA Commissioner. And so I'm going to review this book, so you will know my thoughts on that. And it says, through his medical acumen and insider access as former FDA Commissioner, Scott Gottlieb paints a clear portrait of what was happening even as it was still blurry to everyone else. Uncontrolled Spread is an intense ride through the pandemic with chilling details of what really happened. It is also sprinkled with notes of true wisdom that may help all of us better prepare for the future. Sanjay Gupta, MD, Chief Medical Correspondent, CNN. Has America's COVID-19 catastrophe taught us anything? Uncontrolled spread. Physician and former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb shows how COVID-19 was able to trounce America's pandemic preparations and outlines the steps that must be taken to protect against the next outbreak. This seems to be a good book, and I'm reading it, and I will review it in one of my forthcoming either W4WN radio and Talk4TV or on my K4HD radio and Talk4TV. And then this is the book by Adam Schiff, Midnight Washington, How We Almost Lost Our Democracy and Still Could. So this is the book, and Advance Praise for Midnight in Washington. This book will stand as the touchstone of truth against any attempts to distort or rewrite this crucial piece of history. Congressman Adam Schiff has restored our faith in the nobility of public service and has shown what one dedicated patriot, courageous, intelligent, and fearless can still accomplish even in a divided country. Ron Chernoff, Pulitzer Prize-winning author of Washington, A Life of Alexander Hamilton. And this is the book, and it says, in the years leading up to the election of Donald Trump, Congressman Adam Schiff was already sounding the alarm over the resurgence of autocracy around the world and the threat it posed to the United States. But as he led the people into Trump's abuses of presidential power concerning Russia and Ukraine, Schiff came to a terrible conclusion. The principal threat to American democracy is coming from within. So those are his views, and I have my views, and I think I will review this book after reading it. Then comes this Paul Lettersey, FBI special agent with Gordon Billett, the director, my ears assisting Edward Hoover. So this is the book, and then it says first book ever written about FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover by a member of his personal staff, his former assistant Paul Ledersky, the director offers unprecedented insight into an American legend. The 1960s and 1970s were arguably among America's most turbulent post-Civil War decades, with the Vietnam War as a grim backdrop. Protests and riots ravaged in most cities. This is an interesting book, and I think I will review this. When the Missouri Ran Red, two times per award winner Jim R. Woodward, a novel of the Civil War. This is again like a history book, or let's see, set in the final devastating months of the American Civil War. This is the book. I think I will give this book a pass. Then comes this book, The Secret Bridesmaid, Kathy Bircher, a novel. And it says Sophie Breeze is a brilliant bridesmaid, so brilliant in fact that she made it her full-time job as a professional bridesmaid. Sophie is hired by London brides to be the right-hand woman, posing as a friend, working behind the scenes to help plan the perfect wedding and ensure that big day goes off without a hitch. So I think I'll give this a pass. And then comes this one, the James Bond movie encyclopedia. This looks very interesting, and if I find it in Kindle, I will review this book. It has very beautiful pictures. I think this is a very interesting book, and if I get it in Kindle, I will review this one. Then there is another very interesting book, and it says Spy Sites. And I'm going to review this book of Washington, D.C., a guide to the capital region's secret history. Capital Espionage. Introduction. Washington, D.C. stands apart from the world's great capital cities. It rose neither out of a center of commerce nor a seat of monarchy, and as envisioned by the founding fathers, America's capital is not part of any state in the Union. So it says Washington, D.C. At the back of the book, Washington, D.C. stands at the epicenter of world espionage, mapping this history from the halls of government to tranquil suburban neighborhoods, reveals scores of dead drops, covert meeting places, and secret facilities, a constellation of clandestine sites unknown to even the most avid history buffs. Until now, Spy Sites of Washington, D.C. traces over 2 centuries of secret history from the Mount Vernon study of a spy master, George Washington, to the Cleveland Park apartment of the Queen of Cuba. If I get this book in Kindle, I'm going to review this book. It's very interesting book. And then I like cooking books also, and this is one of the cooking books, and I really like it, although I don't know the author, but this has some beautiful pictures in it. And the name of the book is Full Plate, Flavor-Filled Easy Recipes for Families with No Time and Lot to Do. Aisha Curry, New York Times best-selling author of The Season's Life. So there are some good recipes here. And then I read a lot of magazines also for my research. I have an online subscription of that. But whenever I come to Barnes and Noble, I read them the print edition also. Hell, kind of nice picture. So I'm just doing some research and doing casually going through the book. This is the big Thanksgiving cookbook. This is also a magazine, deep fried turkey recipe, holiday, thankfulness calendar, potluck, pumpkin, baked pumpkin pie pudding. So Thanksgiving is coming and this is fall. So if you want, this is a good magazine to read. Then New Beauty. Never heard of this magazine. So this is the one. Then this is my favorite magazine, Hello. And it has some beautiful pictures and stories. And I might do like a royal edition, like read some news from Hello magazine. I have the subscription of it on my online thing, so I might do that. Beautiful pictures. So this is Hello magazine. Then comes the OK magazine. Why Tom can't find love. It's about Tom Cruise. So I have a OK magazine subscription also. Then comes Bazaar, Beyonce on the cover. This is a very cute picture. So sometimes I do Hollywood news and Bollywood news. So this comes very handy, like what is going on in Hollywood and Bollywood. So I'm just telling you how I do research for my K4HD radio and W4WN radio and Talk4TV. There's pictures here. And this is L official. I read all these magazines since childhood, and now like for my TV show, to make it more interesting, I give Hollywood and Bollywood news. And then comes Vogue magazine. These are some fall fashions. So this is all my research of today. I just wanted to show, and this is a live broadcast, and now I am ending this. And cheers and bye bye. And do let me know in comments because this is going live on YouTube, Facebook. That how did you like this? Cheers and bye bye. And here I am with my tea. Always with the Starbucks, like Barnes and Noble tea. This is very good, very tasty. Cheers and bye bye.